There are some very disgusting things that can happen to our pets. One of my least favorite is heartworm. I can't even say the word without thinking of a heart full of slender, white, squirming worms that can reach a foot in length. Heartworm, otherwise known as Dirofilaria immitis, can be deadly to your dog, and yet there are many dogs that are not protected from this terrible preventable parasite. It's transmitted by mosquitoes, which carry the infective larvae, and when the mosquito bites, it injects the microfilaria into the dog's tissues. The larvae then migrate through the tissues until they reach the heart and the blood vessels of the lungs. It can take years for an infection to become symptomatic, and what you might notice is exercise intolerance, changes in appetite and activity level, weight loss, and persistent cough. Symptoms worsen as time goes on, and dogs do die from this preventable disease. If you notice any of these symptoms, you should see your veterinarian. Because the vascular system is a closed system, treatment for these parasites is a little more complicated than with intestinal worms. Intestinal worms will just be flushed out with a bowel movement or two with treatment. That cannot happen with worms within the heart and vessels. They have to die within the vessels and disintegrate there. So special care must be given. Proper staging of heartworm disease with blood work, urinalysis, and chest radiographs help determine the best treatment course. There are some risks to treatment, especially in later stages, and it can be costly. Sometimes surgery is required to remove large numbers of worms, for example. But even without surgery, the multiple medications and care required to treat this disease make it prohibitive for many. Prevention is definitely better than treatment. Dogs are the natural host for this parasite. Thankfully, humans don't get heartworm. Cats can, but generally are poor hosts and will only harbor 1 or 2 worms when infected. All canids are at risk, including coyotes, foxes, and these species do act as reservoirs for our pets. It's easy to protect your dog from this disease. All you need do is a yearly heartworm or 4DX test. If negative, then prevention can be started right away. Heartworm prevention begins when the mosquitoes that harbor it arrive, typically by June 1st in this part of the world. So if you haven't had your 4DX test done yet, it's time to get that done and start your dog on heartworm prevention. It's important. Get your dog checked out.